Okay guys, today we're checking out Sierra Hijauan by IJM Land at Ukay Perdana. Now this over here is a very nice driveway because you're greeted with water features, and also if you like to do healthy living and jogging, there's a 10-meter wide jogging track for you as well. So you can go all the way up there, and these are all landed housings for the atas people. Now the first thing you will notice as you come in, there's a 3-tier security system. You have your security guards, the boom gates, and also CCTVs around the entire development itself. So this place is actually very much secure in that sense. And just look at this beautiful driveway. The first thing you notice when you come here, right, is that the driveways are super massive, and because it's actually a rather low dense development, right, you don't actually feel very overly crowded. Not to mention the entire environment is surrounded with beautiful greeneries. As you drive here, right, it's like going up to Genting on its own. So this place, in terms of location wise, is super beautiful. Now guys, you must be wondering, where is Ukay Perdana? Ukay Perdana is actually on the other side of Bukit Antara Bangsas Mountain lah. And this is also where EKVE is supposedly to be at. Now for you to actually get to like KL region or KLCC, Ampang, whatnot, in terms of accessibility of highways, this place is crazy because you have Duke Highway, you have Enclave, everything MRR2 all within distance as well. So if you stay in this part of town, right, you want to commute to anywhere, it's actually quite easy for y'all lah. And the landscaping here is thoughtfully designed to enhance the overall environment. Now guys, this is the main highlight over here. Not the greeneries only, but also because this particular development comes with its own swimming pool and clubhouse. So if you stay here, right, for you to live a healthy living, no issues, because this is IJM signature, right? Even the design and the tonality of it is very much similar lah. You can see people actually servicing and making sure that the swimming pools are all pretty much clean, and they're even taking off all the leaves, right? So this is that beautiful swimming pool that I was talking about. Just imagine this, having to swim on this swimming pool towards that beautiful greenery. Wow, if you stay here, you really made it lah, I guess, to a certain extent, right? Because honestly speaking, at the end of it, we work so hard for what? We work so hard to make sure that we can live very long, live a good, happy life and healthy one as well, right? So I think being in this part of town makes you have a little bit better life in that sense lah. So now once you have already checked out the swimming pool on that side, you can see water features are very similar. It looks to have that IJM kind of look and design as well. And we're going to see the multi-purpose hall. If let's just say you want to do events that are a bit more spacious, you require more space from your house, you can actually book this area for your wedding lah, baby shower lah, whatnot within this area. And this has to be the best spot for you to have your dating nights, right? Imagine after your dinner, or if you want to have a very long, tough conversation, or maybe you just want to relax, right? This is the water feature garden. Just look at the lush greeneries behind me. And on top of that, if you want to have like a private discussion, or you want to de-wine a little bit, right? Not just in that area in the middle, because that one can be a little bit more clustered, right? Because there's houses around it. This one is a little bit more serene, as you can see, the beautiful greeneries and also the water features going on, right? Very zen. How nice this development. Now guys, imagine this. Every single day when you come home, you are greeted with this beautiful birds chirping, the crickets crickling and whatnot. Just hear the sound, right? Wow, it's a real hutan, you know guys. This is just so beautiful. Every single morning if you run and jog, right? Wow, the smell over here is just... I love this, man. So I can imagine myself just drinking coffee every single morning, just looking at the greeneries. I wish you guys were here with me because then you can smell it. Wow, shit. Beautiful place. Okay, after checking out the facilities and also getting some fresh oxygen, now I'm going to show you guys the actual unit. Now obviously this is a semi-detached lot, so you're going to see that the frontage over here is actually very wide. In order for you to park 3 cars, no problemo, especially if you want them to be under the cover as well. If you're also having an EV car, the developer also already provided you with an EV point. But this one, if you don't have EV car, you want to convert to something else, also can, no issues. Now coming into the unit itself, right, guys, we're in it for a treat today because this smells luxurious. And the reason I say so is also because of all the materials that's being used. Solid timber wood, very nice glass panels. And you must remember guys, glass panels of this size, right, are typically more expensive because two reasons. Number one, transportation is already very hard. These are glass panels itself, right? When you want to transport them, if it cracks, then they need to replace it already. So it's number one, very hard to actually transport. Number two, it's also a lot more cost. So when it comes with all these bigger window frames, right, you already know that this place is going to be a little bit more premium lah. Now coming on this side over here, you will see that these similar glass panels are also visible. And one thing you notice, this is actually an empty unit right now. No artificial lighting, no fan, no nothing. It's just purely empty. But when I'm standing here right now at 9:49 AM, right, this place is very cooling. And look at the amount of natural sunlight coming into the unit itself, because the developer included all the window panels for us already. Now, if you come towards this side, this is a semi-detached lot as I mentioned, right? But you also have a 10-feet setback on the side towards your neighbor's unit. So it means that this area you want to do like barbecue, you want to dry your clothes, whatever you want to do, this is an area for your children to go and roam around freely. Okay, now coming to the kitchen area, you can actually convert this into two separation area. You want to have a wet kitchen and dry kitchen, no issues. As where you can see, right, when the tiles comes up, this is where you can actually have your little dry kitchen. You want to put an island, also can. If you want to put a bit of a sliding door to ensure that the cooking smell doesn't go out, right, you can even have a separator over here lah. So you have the separation over here. This is going to be your wet kitchen. That one can be your kitchen, dry kitchen for your coffee machine and whatnot. So this is also where your helper can actually also stay. Okay, this is like a little helper's room because it's a very big house, right? And before we talk about the other rooms, right, I just want to point out that you can actually even have your washing machine inside the unit, or you can decide to put it outside as well. Because honestly speaking, this 10-feet setback over here is very spacious. Now before we go to the other rooms, I just want to point out that they have a pretty decent sized toilet over here, and if you want to shower, whatnot, it's actually quite convenient. And also the floorings comes with the matte finish, so it's a little bit not so slippery. And this is also marble design, so making this place, honestly speaking, very nice lah. And the other part about these developments, which I see very often nowadays, is they are including a ground floor unit just for the elderly parents to stay along with them. And one thing you will notice when you're here is that despite the fact this is a ground floor unit, you still have an ample of natural sunlight on this direction. So this is one part I really appreciate, because honestly speaking, natural sunlight just kind of gives a different tonality towards the house. It's a bit echoey because of the empty unit, but I personally like natural air, natural sunlight coming into the unit, so this is just beautiful. And one thing I want to point out also is just look at the ceiling height, right? This is very high up. This is easily like 12 feet in ceiling height. I personally wouldn't recommend putting any sort of plaster ceiling on this area lah. Now guys, because this is an atas development, so obviously you need to have some sort of security system going on. And the developer has already pre-installed this alarm system, as you can see, right? If there's anything going on, clearly I do not know how to use it because I've not figured that out. But essentially, if there's any sort of vibration coming into the unit, right? Let's just say somebody wants to ransack your house or theft, right? And if there's any vibration motion, you see that little thing up there, that basically actually initiates the alarm. Now, as we finish up this ground floor unit, obviously you're going to have a little bit of a DB box area for you to put some stuff, storeroom and whatnot. But now coming to the first floor itself, the first thing you notice is that there's actually a panel facade over here, just to kind of do a bit of a separation from first floor to second floor as you enter the house. I find this design to be actually very nice, as you can see from the footage. And the first thing you notice once you come up or step into the first floor, right, is this solid timber wood flooring. On top of that is also on the hand railing itself, making this entire place just luxurious lah. And also our videographer said, wow, very long never stepped on this type of solid wood already. Now also because when you're on this stairway over here, you would think that you would need some sort of artificial lighting, which at night you probably would. In the morning you're perfectly fine, because just look at how big this glass panel is. Ample natural sunlight coming into the unit itself already. So coming to the second and third bedroom, but before we head there, this is more of a generic common area. Now one thing you will notice is that this red little button, this is an alarm security button. So this side is the second bedroom. Obviously you can see even for the skirtings itself, they have already provided you with the solid timber wood. And as I mentioned earlier, it's also very nice window panels to allow natural sunlight and natural ventilation. And one thing I also noticed is that they even included frosted panels over here, because when you're showering and the units are higher, you are also a bit worried when people can see through without frosting, right? So they have already included that for you as well. And this is bedroom number 3, the least sizable one across the other rooms we saw just now. But it also comes with an ensuite bathroom, and I noticed this one actually comes with a little well over here, which I think more developers should actually put and incorporate this, because if I want to put my soap and whatnot, it's already here. Now we're coming into the master bedroom. So as I mentioned earlier, every single room over here comes with an ensuite bathroom except the one downstairs, because the grandparents, right, you can share the toilet with other people. Kidding. So this is the master bedroom, and one thing I like most about this, right, just imagine this guys, have your king size bed over here. It faces the beautiful greeneries every single morning when you wake up. If I were you, or if I were to own this property, right, sleep already, curtains over here, I will put those motion sensor curtains. Then you have the beautiful view of the gardens, and you can even see the birds are flying around, right? Now one thing I noticed also as I open this door, right, this is a very sturdy looking door, and also the hinges and whatnot are very firm lah. So I feel that this is actually premium quality punya barang. So now this part I think is the main highlight. Guys, if you stay here, your lungs, the stats will increase by 5. That is assuming you also go for jogging lah, okay? Because you will get fresh air every single day. Morning, night, this is going to be beautiful. And if you come here at around 6:30-ish AM, right, you're going to see quite a bit of fog going on, because you are just, the entire environment is just greeneries and greeneries and greeneries. I honestly love this, because I hate living in a bustling city center, right? All towering towers and condominiums. It's just, you know, so stressful. And if you want to unwind yourself after long days of work, right, look at this toilet, guys. Beautiful. You have a very sizable bathtub over here. Look at that. Imagine having the natural sunlight come in also. I'm not worried about showing myself for showering. And if you want to have a proper shower, you can definitely do so with the shower screen already installed for you lah. Now in terms of the fittings that they provided, they're all Johnson Swiss, so these are all the top quality punya barang. And yeah, I think it's just a very nice toilet in general. Now let's go to the final floor, which is on the 3rd floor. As I mentioned, every single floor itself, right, the stairways are very well littered, and that is thanks to the very nice window panels over here. Just look at the beautiful view, guys. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And when you walk up to the third room, or the top floor unit, this is exactly the same size as the one in the master bedroom. Now this one, some people will convert it into a gym room, work area, cinema room, however you want to do your hobby lah. And it also comes with the bathroom, but this bathroom doesn't come with the bathtub lah. So only the master bedroom will have that feature. But toilet wise, I think it's actually sizable enough, so it's not too bad. And of course, the most important part is that on the top floor, beautiful view. Now one thing about this development that's very interesting, right? This becomes like a separation from one unit to the other. So it makes you feel like you're actually staying in a bungalow unit, despite the fact that this is actually just a semi-detached lot lah. Okay guys, now if you like this particular development over here, you only got 5 units to select from. It's either 1, 2, 3 or 5. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. That's basically it, because this entire development is already pretty much sold out. So you guys only have these options left lah. Now, one beautiful part about this is that if your father, your mother, your daughter, your sister, whoever want to stay with you together and don't like to see each other that often, they can buy their own houses and also move in lah. The units that are still available, right, you can actually have them side by side basis. So meaning to say these two lots over here can be for you, making it a bungalow in that sense lah. Now, because this is a stratified development, if you want to do extra awning or any extension, right, there is subject to JMB's approval. But if you see the other parts of the place, they have already done so lah. So they have already mandated certain elements. One other thing is that because this particular units over here is very close to the facility, like, which is the swimming pool, the gym room, and also all the amenities within this vicinity lah. So obviously if you stay over here, you're going to get very healthy living from the greeneries and also the gym, swimming pool and whatnot lah. So after checking out the entire place, I must say this is one of those developments is chef kiss. It's just beautiful. The one thing that I really like most is the fact that this entire environment is surrounded with greeneries. And if you know me, right, I love it when that is the case. Now, not to mention also, this is a part of town whereby it's super well connected. If you look at this plot of land, when you leave this place, it's already towards the newly developed EKVE highway. Now, guys, I know that it's not really up and running yet, but you can also get to MR2, Duke Highway, Enclave, basically all the major highways that you can think of. So staying a part of this area, UK Sierra, right, you are actually rather well connected to Ampang, to Cheras, or if you want to go to PJ, also no problem lah. So location wise, to get such a property in today's market, right, it might be a little bit hard to get lah. But that's also if you can accept a price tag of 2 million plus. Because this development over here is going for that price at this moment. But looking at it, the market response has been pretty good because we are only left with 5 units that are quite close to each other, literally side by side. So if you have your grandfather, your grandmother, basically all your siblings want to stay together in a small little development together with facilities like such, this is a place you should consider. The only one downside that I can think of for this part of town, because I lived here for plus 20 over years, not in this taman but a very close one, is that the food options can be rather limited lah. So if you're somebody like me, you want to eat your chasat, hawker centers and whatnot, this place is a little bit trickier. The only closest proximity is all the way down to Taman Melawati. But in terms of getting grocery wise, it's not too bad because you actually have a giant right downstairs at Bukit Antara Bangsa. And this is an area that in terms of getting halal Muslim food, right, no issue at all. So guys, that's pretty much it of our property tour of Sierra Hijauan. If you guys like contents like such, make sure to like, subscribe and follow for more. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.